Come back!
Bluntly.
Down on the ground.
One is you need to do everything local even if you think globally. It means that you don't have to have a networked strategy.
Bluntly and bluntly.
Growth be considered as a panacea concerning development.
Economic growth in the Congo is on the paper, but it's not the reality.
There is evidence, especially among students, before graduating, you can see.
It may be strong, but people who are dealing with this situation, this is the problem. Or right people are not.
Bluntly, oui, Vanessa Yombrania.
From time immemorial, nobody has eaten omelette without bringing eggs. That's why we must polish up economic strategies in order to skyrocket. Do you have any ideas about economic development and welfare? Join us in this program. Bluntly and bluntly. Everything is under control. Keep in touch.
Hello everybody, welcome to the program. Bluntly and bluntly. Everything is under control. Everything is undeniably under control in this program, as you can see. Today's blunt, I'm sure, is going to be mesmerizing, as we're going to focus on something which is under the spotlight, you know, the particular arrangement regarding the national dialogue. We are in the Democratic Republic of Congo. That's why, without further delay, I would like to introduce my guest to you. The first one is Mr. Desire Buendwa. Hello, Mr. Desire Buendwa. For the first time on Bluntly.
Dr. Desire.
Doctor, I'm delighted to,
yes,
to receive you on the Bluntly program.
Thanks.
Yes, you are professor of political science at the State University of New York. We are in the United States of America.
Yes.
A Congolese in the USA.
Yes.
I'm really impressed.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, would you take a seat? Yeah, and Professor Nkere Ntenda.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You are a permanent guest of Bluntly.
Thank you, sir.
People even think that you are, the owner of Bluntly program.
Believe it.
Yeah, yeah, you are professor of political science at university.
Correct.
But you do also teach at Maryland in the United States of America. That's to say, I'm hosting a program with two big professors from the USA. I'm delighted. Would you take a seat? Bluntly and bluntly. Everything is under control. Everything is undeniably under control in this program. I'm really happy. Today we talk about the particular arrangement regarding the national dialogue in the Democratic Republic of Congo. What's going on about it? But that only Congolese broadcast where you can find joy, hope, and inspiration for a better future. Bluntly is down the cruising altitude. But what's going on about, the particular arrangement? Find out.
The New Year's Eve agreement comes after months of unrest that left dozens dead and is threatened to further destabilize the vast Central African nation with a painful history of dictatorship and civil war. The new agreement was reached as a result of a mediation led by the National Episcopal Conference of Congo, (SENCO), to try and find a consensus solution to resolve the political crisis. Under the new agreement, Kabila will stay in power until elections are held by the end of 2017. During this period, the National Council for Overseeing the Electoral Agreements and Process, CNSAP, will be set up and the new Prime Minister will be named from opposition ranks. However, several aspects regarding the implementation of the agreement have yet to be clarified, including the composition of the CNSAP and the identity of the interim Prime Minister, as well as Kabila's role in the implementation process. Some council members had doubts about the utility of such a statement, while the SENCO mediation as divisions between council members regarding the assessment of the situation persisted, and it became apparent that adopting a strong statement was not then possible.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Professor, I would like to start with you today.
Thanks.
Yeah, and Congolese people always like, discussing, around the table. Like right now, we're talking about a particular arrangement. There is an agreement which was signed, last December the 21st. But so far, the implementation is a problem. What should be done to speed up the process?
In fact, I'm very happy to someone asking me this question.
Yeah.
It's a political problem. It's
Yes.
a matter of how do we consider our country,
Yes.
how wise we are to lead the destiny of ourselves.
Yeah.
Are we opposition? Are we for the governing party?
Yeah.
But still, all of us, we are working for one country. When we go toward the consensual process, It means we want to be in the highest level of people who can participate to a decision of the country.
Yes.
And I think what the president did was a good thing, and he managed to bring all of us on the same table, discuss on the matter that concern the Congolese people for a good solution to overcome our problems, our political problems.
Don't you think that the process is stagnating?
Yes, of course. Not thinking, but that's how it is. I'm not
Yeah,
even thinking,
yeah.
but that's
Yes.
reality on the
That's the
terrain.
reality, yes.
That's how it is. It's stagnating. That's why I said how wise we are
Yes.
to overcome this. And we have to. We have to come together and find a solution.
Are Congolese politicians wise?
We are, because we are leading the destiny of our country.
Yes.
But some of us are not,
Are not.
because they are trying to bring a kind of discord
Yeah.
in the solution that we are trying to bring, to bring on the table to find a solution for our people who are suffering.
Where does the slowing down come from? Because we're not moving fast.
It's a matter of arrangement between the two parties, as
yes.
I said, the opposition and the non-opposition.
Yes.
Now the opposition is divided. How do you think it will progress?
Who is dividing the opposition?
The opposition are dividing themselves.
Themselves. Isn't there anybody who is dividing them? You know, divide and rule, as the saying goes.
No.
Yes.
No. If we are mature, we shouldn't
Yes.
bring that in.
Yes.
No one is dividing them.
Yes.
They said they are wise.
They
If you are
think that
wise,
the ruling majority is dividing them. Yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
Politics is a game. Don't forget, Professor.
A game,
Yes.
yes, but a game for change.
For change.
And I believe, again, as I said at the beginning in my introduction,
Yes.
opposition as well as the governing parties, all of them, I believe they are working for people.
Yes.
And this game should be toward a good solution
Yes.
about problems undermining our country.
Yes.
And saying that they are being divided by the ruling party, I would say no. Then they are not wise.
Yes.
If they are wise, why should they be divided by an outsider?
Yes.
And I'm not accusing them that they are divided. I'm not accusing the government that the government is dividing those people. No. I think we should be wiser.
Let me be more specific. The agreement was signed since December the 25th. So far, how long will it last again? To find a common ground. I think that the problem because the population and the commons are still waiting for the solution, the common ground. Because so far it appears like there is a deadlock. Nothing is changing.
Remember, we are going toward this.
Yes.
We are waiting to the member of the parliament to come back.
Yes. Already they resumed already.
They are there.
Yeah, they are there.
Wait and see what will happen.
Yeah.
But again, I said, the opposition is divided. Are we going to reach that level?
Do you agree with those who think that politics has become a distraction in the DRC? It's like a waste of time.
Of course, yes. If we are not mature, it will be a distraction. I wouldn't like to go to what I'm going to say here, but I'm going to give a definition of
Yes.
what is a public.
Yes.
Politically speaking, a public is a group of citizens
Yeah.
who are mature.
Mature.
When people are not mature enough,
Yes.
this happens. But still, people may not be mature. But if the leaders in
Yes.
both parties, the opposition and the leading party, I mean the government, they are mature, they can overcome this.
Yes.
Because we are in a democratic system where we are not in a participation,
Yes.
a democracy, a participative democracy,
Yes.
but we are in a representative democracy.
Yes.
If those who are representing the people are mature,
Yes.
it means we'll find solution.
On a bluntly,
And I
we
believe.
call a spade. Are they mature? Congolese politicians in general.
I wouldn't
when
say
you
it
look at them,
immediately. Wait and see.
wait and see.
Yeah, don't start criticizing people and
Yes.
they are working.
Yes.
I do say that
If they misbehave, we know.
then we
oblige.
reach that
Yes.
level. But
Absolutely.
let's see what will happen we're going to see what will happen now. The government is back.
Yes.
The parliament are back.
Yes.
The both chambers, in fact, the lower and the upper chambers are back. I mean, the Senate
Yes.
and the House of the Parliament, they are back. Wait and see what will happen. Then we'll criticize later. But for time being, we're waiting for this time to come
Yes.
and see what will be done.
Good. Professor Nkere, we used to talk about sliding before the end of, December 2016. And now we presumably sliding all over us, even
I'm
you.
telling
I
you.
think you are sliding. You don't know where
All
are
over
you
the
going to
place.
fall.
We are sliding
but
all
we have
over
to
the place.
resist. Who is
Definitely.
slowing the process down?
Well, and that's where, frankly, I'm going to disagree a little bit with my brother.
Yes.
Pertaining to the assessment of the current situation.
Yes.
I would argue that if there is any dragging of the feet,
Yes.
both sides are responsible for what is happening.
Yes.
Even if, allow me,
Yes.
the Rassemblement, as far as I'm concerned, is more responsible for what is happening
Yes.
than the MP,
The MP.
would be. Even if the MP is still, does still have a share of blame in what is happening.
They share responsibility.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The Rassemblement, frankly, is responsible for this because I first and did denounce it here.
Yes.
The holding of a body
A body.
of a dead person.
Yeah.
Very important
A high dignitary.
dignitary person of this country,
Yeah.
whose body is being withheld as a bargaining chips
Bargaining chip.
to become a prime minister.
That's a
This
shame.
has never been seen. It is an insult to
an
the
insult.
memory
Yes.
of this giant person who did play a major role in
Absolutely.
the political process in this country. Secondly, as you look at the choices that are being carried out, within the Rassemblement, there is no consensus whatsoever.
Even between themselves. Yeah.
They can't come to an agreement. So how will you discuss with the other side if you continue to be divided yourself?
If you cannot even concede.
If you can even concede or come to a consensus
Yes.
within the group.
Wow.
So, therefore, that renders any negotiation almost impossible. And that's why, until the Rassemblement comes together,
Yes.
it will be difficult to come up with a solution that will bring both sides together. Because one side is no longer one side.
Yeah.
Is a side with pieces.
Yes.
This person is saying this person is saying, this person is saying. Finally, as an MP, you don't know with whom you should deal as you look at the Rassemblement.
Yes.
So, and that's what, for me, I would, frankly, by going beyond any partyism and suggest that the Rassemblement...
Speak like a patriot.
Exactly. Must come together first.
Yes.
Because people relied a great deal on this Rassemblement as an alternative to leadership, to power in this country.
That what they're showing is really
what
disgraceful.
What they are showing today,
disgraceful.
People have understood that we don't have an alternative. This is not an alternative. This is a bunch of individuals who are just out
they need also
after
a chunk
their own
of meat.
interests.
The chunk of meat.
Exactly.
The chunk of, cake.
They want a piece of cake. And
Yes.
That's what everybody's after.
Yeah.
And that's why, as far as I'm concerned, I had thought that the archbishops and the bishops who are meeting continuously with the politicians,
yes.
we're going to bring in some level of wisdom that will allow the Congolese people to reach a solution.
Yes.
I'm afraid I don't see even that wisdom with the
But
Senko.
People are pessimistic. They think that they want to reach a common ground because so far within the majority and within the opposition, there are problems, internal problems. That's why they don't want to be anything positive in the DRC in the upcoming days.
That's what I'm saying. Because
and you are scared of an uprising.
I think I wouldn't go to that extent.
Yes.
Because we are a country.
Yes.
We have had skirmishes of upheavals in the eastern part of the country.
Yes.
Since 2000, even since the 1990s.
Yes.
They have been going on.
Yes.
But this country have never fallen apart.
They never fallen apart. Yeah.
And it won't happen tomorrow. But having said that, though, I must mention the fact that the Congolese people are suffering a great deal.
Yes.
Because the government is not working. Is not working. The government is not visible.
It's a temporary government
not,
we have today.
Whether temporary or permanent,
yes.
the thing still is that we need to have the three major powers,
yes.
the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary,
yes.
working regularly in order for a country, of course, in order for a country to function normally.
Yes.
We are not there today. Yes. And that's why you can see the currency is losing its value.
Yes.
Every single day is going down.
Yes.
The
who will defuse the bomb, if I can call it a bomb? Who will defuse to speed up the process?
To speed up the process, it will still be us, the Congolese people, will have to
not
overcome.
To from Togo.
No, but nothing from outside
yes.
will do this. And that's why, as far as I'm concerned, I'm starting to think
These
about...
are professors from, the USA. You are here. Why don't you advise the government to do something instead of complaining, Professor?
We are not complaining. We are advising, as a matter of fact.
Advising, yes.
By being at bluntly
yes.
and by speaking bluntly,
yes.
we hope that people are listening to what we are saying.
Yes.
And that's what I'm going to say to conclude this question.
Yes.
I think that we may reach a point whereby the president
yes.
will have to act regardless
yes.
of what the Rassemblement thinks,
yes.
of what anybody else thinks.
Yes.
Otherwise, it will be running away from his responsibility
yes.
as the garant or,
yes.
or the holder, if you will,
absolutely.
of the well-being of this country.
Absolutely.
He is the one who will have to defeat this crisis
responsible.
by acting regardless of what any side is thinking, as long as that will allow the country to take off again
yes.
and move forward.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bluntly and bluntly. Everything is under control. To move this country forward, we have to get involved, all of us. People from the opposition, from the ruling majority, from the civil society. As the saying goes, quote, don't teach your grandmother to suck eggs, unquote. From time immemorial, nobody has eaten omelette without breaking eggs. That's why we must polish up economic strategies in order to skyrocket. Do you have any ideas about economic development and well-being? Join us in this program, even though we're talking about politics, but politics with an impact on development. That's our motto or slogan. Stick around, we'll be back after the break. Find out. I'm back.
Bluntly.
Down on the ground.
One is you need to do everything local, even if you think globally. It means that you don't have to have a networked strategy.
Bluntly, and bluntly.
Growth be considered as a panacea concerning development.
Economic growth in the Congo is on the paper, but it's not the reality.
There is evidence, especially among students before graduating. You can see.
It may be strong, but people who are dealing with this, this is the problem. Or white people are not.
Bluntly, oui, Vanessa Yombrania.
From time immemorial, nobody has eaten omelette without bringing eggs. That's why we must polish up economic strategies in order to skyrocket. Do you have any ideas about economic development and welfare? Join us in this program. Bluntly and bluntly. Everything is under control. Keep in touch.
Bluntly and bluntly.
Bluntly is well done.
Bluntly is very nice.
In DRC, bluntly is an obligation.
Bluntly is exciting.
Bluntly is my passion.
Wherever you are, work bluntly.
Bluntly with Vanessa Yombrania.
Sing to bluntly. English is the reality in DRC.
Bluntly and bluntly. Everything is under control.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Professor, I'm back to you. And I would like to know more about, in terms of advice, because the process is stuck. As it's stuck, it requires, something or somebody to solve the problem. Because between the opposition and the majority, the misunderstanding persists so far. Who will be like, a liberator? The head of state, somebody from a foreign country, professors at university, because the Catholic Church is failing. I don't know if I can say so.
It's failing.
It's failing.
Absolutely. You know.
Thank you so much again. I will say,
yes,
accusing of stagnancy will be a political mistake.
Yes.
I repeat, people are working.
Yes.
The sudden death of a big man like Tshisekedi
yes.
was a big shock, a puzzle. On both sides, the opposition as well as the government. And this creates a big problem.
To the contrary, if I may, Professor, I think the death of Tshisekedi made things easier.
Easier than
things should have even gone faster than when he was there. Good. And that's the whole confusion and difficult to understand how Congolese politicians can't take advantage.
Was Tshisekedi a barrier?
Tshisekedi was a permanent barrier. You know, a permanent obstacle for moving. Who doesn't know Tshisekedi? He used to be known, someone like the guy who never agrees with anything. That's why he used to be called, because he will oppose anything you put on the table.
Yes.
By not having him, we thought that things will go a little bit faster, smooth than unfortunately.
Even after his death, there's nothing moving.
After his death.
Professor, come on. How long this talk has taken so far? How long has this taken so far? The death of Tshisekedi.
Yes. We are going to 2 months now.
2 months.
To 2 months now.
Do you think in 2 months this is too big? Or too much? Let me show you one thing.
Elsewhere,
I repeat that the death of Tshisekedi weakened the organization of the Rassemblement as well as the organization of the government. There was already a solution.
Yes.
There was already a president of the Rassemblement.
Yes.
The one who's gonna be watching on the government how it's working.
Yes.
The government accepted, and things were to move straightforward and smoothly. And we were just waiting for the buffer chambers to come back and to handle the matter to them, because after all, they are the representatives of the Congolese people.
Yes.
Now this death come. It requires an organization again in the Rassemblement. It requires an organization with the government. The Rassemblement may bring 1 or 2 people, okay, but are them really the real people who are supposed to work for people? Because we have again to go toward election. It's the will of the people.
Okay, now
but the people.
Let's be specific on what these talks are they focusing on, the interests of the population or the positioning? People want to position themselves.
Thanks. And that's why I was to reach to show you that for me there is no blockage or stagnancy, the way you say it.
There is something else.
Because in the other side of the Rassemblement, they are trying to find the right person.
Yes.
And the government is waiting from them
free names to choose one.
Free names of the right people.
The right people.
Do you see?
But them they say only one.
Because also the president must be clever as the chief of the executive.
Yes.
He doesn't have to work with a prime minister who doesn't abide with the rules and the constitution. In fact, what we should remind even the Rassemblement, if they want, they don't know if or they know it, but we can just remind them.
Yes.
A minister is just an advisor of the president.
Yes.
And no one will take an advisor who's not working or in good term with him or her. Which means things are going smoothly for me. It's a matter of time. And this is what I said. Joseph Kabila has been there for 6 years.
But as the Professor Nkere said before the show, time goes by. You know, in the meantime, we're losing time.
And
the time is irreversible.
Do you think in 2 months you can fix all the problems we have in going in a rush? We need to find specific people who are good, who are really qualified.
The president has been looking for right people since a long while.
Exactly.
Hasn't he found them?
Yes.
Hasn't he yet found them?
15 years.
15 people. He has been looking for.
Come on, that's a political language to say you folks. No, let me explain.
When the president speaks, he must honor his commitment.
Don't take him to that language. It's a political language to say you folks are not honest to work for your country. The president is the president.
Was he wrong or right by saying so?
He was right.
Yes.
Because we don't have clean water today in Kinshasa. Is the president supposed to work for the Regideso? We don't have electricity in many places. Is the president supposed to go there?
Ultimately, whether or not the president will be accountable to the population.
No.
Whether or not.
Let me.
Who is accountable to the population?
If the DG of Regideso is not doing his job, we're supposed to punish him. We're supposed to fire him. If you leave him there or her, continuing to make Congolese people without clean water, you are responsible,
and
my friend.
Is done on behalf of the head of state.
So
who was
I'm afraid
by the
if the university is not working today,
yes,
it's not necessarily the rector. Is the one who is maintaining the rector there who is incapable of working properly.
Yes.
Same thing with any institution.
Yes.
I'm just giving examples.
Whether or not the head of state is accountable to the population. That was the question. Yes.
I gave a definition of public. Yes. Pabus from Latin means mature citizens.
Yes.
Pabus means mature citizens. Even in Greece, where the democracy started, where it was participative democracy, it was in a small group where it could reach everybody. But going back to what you have said here,
yes.
How many years Joseph Kabila has been a president?
15 years.
15 years.
Yes, sir.
How many rectors have been at the university so far? Is it one director?
Many of them.
Many of them.
Many.
But nothing
how many?
has changed.
Excuse me. Let me finish.
The university is falling apart.
How many directors? How many directors have been at Regideso?
Many of them.
How many directors have been at SSL?
Come to the point.
Did the president do? Did the president do his job in changing those people? He did, but citizen whose public didn't understand their interest and didn't work appropriately, there is a lack of patriotism.
Who should
they betrayed their own country.
Yeah, Professor, who should provide the impetus to change everything in a country?
Of course, it will be first and of all,
yes.
all of us Congolese.
No, there are people who take action. You know.
They are elected.
Yes.
Who elect them?
Yes.
Is Joseph Kabila who goes on
the policy makers. I'm talking about policy makers, professors. Policy makers are supposed, to take action in order to change things, to get things happen.
I will come back and talking about policies. It can be at the national level. It can be at the local level.
Yes.
But policies may be there, but it requires you people to take them and adapt them.
Yes.
In fact, leaders, don't take leaders just only politicians. We have two groups of leaders.
Yes.
The politicians and the elite who are the task elites. The politicians in both sides, opposition and the...
But political leaders have supremacy.
Oh, no, let me finish. No,
yes.
No, let me finish.
Political leaders have an upper hand over the elite
that
is referring to.
The elite depend
on the political leadership.
Let me finish.
Yes.
Did you resign as an elite and the politician told you have to remain? If you are proud of yourself, you know that what you are doing is not what you should have been doing. Yeah. Why don't you resign if you are a task?
And why don't the political leader resign when they don't know what they should be doing?
Let me show again
because
why.
It must start there.
Let me show how. Because they are being defended by the task elite. Yes. They are not working. You are working for them. And whenever they are going in the wrong way, you are stacking there because you are getting your interest.
For?
Not him, you the elite. Me,
when
I say the elite, all of us.
Who are we working for?
You are working for those politicians who are incapable of doing what they are supposed to do. And whenever they go wrong, you don't show them they are wrong.
Let me ask the question differently. Where does the failure come from? From the grassroots or from the top?
I can explain politically when I said in terms of policies.
Yes.
It's at all the levels.
Yes.
From the top.
A part of responsibility.
From the top as well as from the bottom.
Yes.
Citizens are not doing their work.
But the system depends first from the top.
Excuse me.
Not from the bottom.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Leaders also constitute a bunch of failures.
Yes.
Then.
Not
who has
also,
power?
but everything starts from there. Yeah.
Who has power? Those who are at the top are not the ones who have power. those who have power are the people.
The people.
No.
The people gave power.
Exactly.
It means we are not in democracy.
We are exactly.
We gave power to those who are at the top.
The power of the people is on paper, my friend. Is on paper. Whether you go to America,
yes.
Whether you go to Congo,
yes.
Leaders are not doing what the people want them to do. Leaders are doing what they want to do, and have the people follow.
Good.
And that's leadership. That's what we define leadership in political science.
Good.
Being a leader does not mean to follow the people.
Yes.
It's to have people follow you and adhere to what you have in mind as a vision.
That's one sentence, then I give the professor the floor.
No,
exactly.
I will say again,
yes.
That's just leadership in maybe another field.
Yeah. I like this contradiction.
A democratic leadership
yes.
does what the followers want him to do.
This is what he has been saying.
No, he said he does what the followers, he does what he wants to
what
do
the leader wants
and makes
to
the followers
exactly.
follow.
Exactly.
That's what he said. And
in terms of vision.
And me, I'm saying
yes.
The leaders, they do what the followers need. In fact, leadership is responding to the needs
of the population.
And the wants
yes.
and the will
the leaders
of the
have
population.
A vision. They have a vision.
Let me finish.
This is what in terms of vision.
Let me finish.
Yes.
Exactly. I will reach the level of vision.
Yes.
In fact, I do teach a course on leadership.
Yes.
I'll show the level of vision. Now, when electing a leader, it's you people who have to know who has a vision for you.
Good.
If you are tricked, given some fish,
like a rigged election,
things and whatever, and you elect him, it's up to you.
Good.
People
I will come back to you. Professor Nkera, you have the floor.
I want first to react to, actually to piggyback on what he was saying.
Yeah, very interesting.
You know,
I like this debate.
At no point
yes.
can we say that when we take the case of America
yes.
as an example of democracy,
yes.
it is Donald Trump who came with an agenda and who sold it to the American people.
Yeah.
And they bite.
Good.
You know, they accepted his agenda and they voted for him. It was not the other way around, coming to a meeting saying, what do you want me to do for you? No, he never asked the question.